Hey, so I just want to make a video talking about a little bit about probably one of my most biggest hobbies or passionate hobbies, and that is journaling. I started journaling when I was about 13 years old, and it's weird because I don't really remember what really got me interested because I don't remember having any influence at all. Like, I didn't go on YouTube and watch or know of other people who journal, and then like I was inspired to journal because of that. I just kind of was like, I don't know, like I just started, and I don't even know where I got my first journal from, honestly. It's a blue composition notebook, and I'm not sure if I found it somewhere in the house or if I asked my mom to buy them or it. I really don't know, but that was my first one, a blue composition notebook, and I started August of 2011. Basically, they are just my daily thoughts and all that. I also use it for like a scrapbook. Sometimes I would scrap in like cards or tickets or pictures. I would also use it as like a, sometimes I would write in Tumblr posts that I really like. Like yesterday I wrote down this one Tumblr post about astrology because I'm really big into astrology. So I usually write some of them in here or in my journals in general. So at first I used just purely composition notebooks, not because I didn't know of these fancier journals like this one. It's because I was only 13. I didn't have a job and I didn't, make my own money. So all my journals are ones that I asked my mom to buy, and yeah, I think I started using fancier journals later on in high school. My senior year, I had a job. That means I made my own money, and that I could buy myself some, some stuff, once in a while, and sometimes I would buy myself these journals, and I would also get these journals around Christmas or my birthday. If there's anything that excites me more than anything is getting a new journal. I I just love journals so much, and I do use all of it. I'm not sure cuz um I'm not sure if that's the case for every single journal person ever, because when I found out that there was a journal community on YouTube, I also found out through the videos that people usually use like half of it and then like not use it because they don't use it as the way that I use it. They use it more for different things, if that makes sense. Like a dream journal or like a bullet journal. I never really heard of those things until I started watching those kind of people. But it's kind of sad for me to see that people are wasting journals because it is paper. So if you're going to buy a journal, you should, use the entire thing. I mean, that's what I think at least. The way that I use my journal is that I will use it until it is filled up completely, and then I will move on to the next one. So I had this one since September 25th, and I'm about a little more than halfway through. So I'm thinking that this should be done by the end of December, maybe even through the end of January, depending on how much I write in this. Sometimes I do skip a few days because there's not really a lot of, interesting things that I feel that I should write down. And oddly enough, it is a coping mechanism too, to some degree. If I feel really sad or whatever, then I can use it to express my feelings. Reading back at them makes me kind of sad because I remember in the summer months, just this past summer, I had really, really bad acne and just breakout after breakout. And I would always write down about how sad I was with my acne and how I hated going to work because people would just be like looking at my face and seeing all these, pimples and zits on my face, and my self-confidence was just really, really down the drain. And I honestly don't like to read those journals. I don't want to because it's really sad for me to read. I mean, I still suffer from acne. Suffer. As if, no, it's kidding. But really, I still have acne to this day. I still have scars because of that breakout I had. The series of breakouts I had throughout that summer. But they're also kind of useful because you can look back on certain events that you otherwise wouldn't remember. There was this one story that my mom told me, and I'm not gonna share it, but it's a really cute story, and I think I wrote it down a few hours after she told me it. And one day I was just like looking through my past journals and I randomly read that, and I'm like, oh my god, I remember that. I mean, I didn't like think of it from the top of my head. So I mean, if I never wrote that down, I probably would have never remembered it. So it was really cool to, see that. And I also had significant events in my life documented on paper, and it's really interesting to go through and see what my thought processes were and everything. It's just really cool. Like, sometimes I cringe at myself because I'm like reading from 14, 15-year-old me, and some of the things that I wrote were really, really cringy. And oh my god, I just can't sometimes. I'm just like so kind of like if you're a vlogger and you make a video every day for how many years and you look back at one that's from like 5 years ago and you cringe. It's kind of like that in a sense. I think vlogging and journaling is very similar, but vlogging is just more out in the open and it's in video format. And it's not as personal as a journal would be. Journals are very, very personal. No one reads my journals. I mean, I let my family members flip through them if they really want to, but I don't really let people otherwise look through them or read them. And I don't ever plan, because I know there's some journal YouTubers who do flip throughs, and I never want to do anything like that because these are really personal. They have really, really personal thoughts in here, and no. So my goal right now is to collect journals from every place that I go. Because I went to Cancun, Mexico, and I got several journals from there actually, and it was really cool. And then I got a journal from a city that I went to in my state that I never been to before. And then I got some journals from the place that I am going to college in. And when I go to South Korea, I'm planning to get a ton of journals from there because I'm pretty sure they'll be really cute and stuff, because I do own more of these kinds of journals, but they're not ones that I bought on my own. So yeah, this is probably the most expensive journal. I find this so pretty though. It's just like, I'm gonna ruin it with my handwriting. I think journaling is really rewarding for me at least, and honestly, I don't really know why I have the motivation to do it. I just do. Because sometimes with certain things, you don't have any motivation to do it, or you have to force yourself to have motivation. For example, like fiction writing or making YouTube videos or drawing even. But with journals, it doesn't feel like I'm being forced to do it. I mean, sometimes I would skip a day or two because I don't feel like, I have much to say. I don't know, for the most part, I don't really feel like I'm forcing myself to do anything. I never really had, ever, felt like I was forced to write my feelings. No, but all I gotta say about just how I got into journaling, and this is my 6th going on 7th year of writing, so basically I have my 8th grade year, my entire high school career my first year of college and almost all of my first semester of sophomore year of college documented. I wonder what it's gonna be like when I'm like 80 or something, or just old, and I have like all these journals of basically my life. Oh my god, that's gonna be so interesting to look back on. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. Okay, I'm done, okay. So, until the next time I make a video, bye bye.